Have you ever walked into a room lately and felt like nobody really saw you? Not ignored on purpose, just overlooked. Like the world got a little busier, a little louder, a little younger, and somewhere along the way, you became easier to walk past. If that feeling is familiar to you, stay with me for a while. I don't have a way to make the world notice you more, but I do have something maybe even better. A few honest words and a prayer from someone who understands exactly what that feels like. Hello, dear friend. I don't know what kind of day you have had, or what brought you here tonight, or this afternoon, or whenever you are watching this. But I have a feeling you know something about feeling invisible. Maybe it is in the grocery store, when the young cashier looks right past you while you are still finishing your sentence. Maybe it is at a family gathering, when the conversation moves fast around younger voices and yours gets lost somewhere in the middle. Maybe it is just in the quiet of your own home, where no one has really looked you in the eye in longer than you would like to admit. I want you to know something before we go any further. You are not invisible. Not to the people who love you, even when they forget to show it as often as they should, and not to God, who has never once looked past you, not for a single day of your life, not even the days you felt most forgotten. Let's slow down together for a moment. Wherever you are sitting right now, let your hands rest. Let your breathing settle. For the next half hour, you don't have to be anywhere else or prove anything to anyone. You just get to be seen, right here, exactly as you are. Lord, I come to you tonight the way I am, not the polished version of myself I sometimes present to other people, but the real one, tired in places, unsure in others, wondering some days if I still matter the way I used to. Thank you for letting me come to you just like this, without having to fix myself first. You know this body of mine, Lord, every year of it. You know the mornings my joints protest before I even get out of bed. The way stairs take a little more thought than they used to. The way I sometimes catch my reflection and am surprised, just for a second, by how much time has passed since I felt young. I am not asking you to turn back the clock. I am only asking you to walk with me through what this body is now, gently, without letting me feel ashamed of a single wrinkle or ache it carries. Ease the pain in my joints tonight, Lord, especially the ones that flare up when the weather turns. Quiet the parts of my body that keep me up at night, staring at the ceiling instead of sleeping. And for my heart, my blood pressure, the numbers the doctor keeps a close eye on. Give me a calm mind about all of it. Help me take care of myself, not out of fear of getting older, but out of respect for a body that has already carried me through so much. I think about how much this body has been asked to do over the years, Lord. How many nights it stayed awake with a sick child. How many mornings it got up early to make sure everyone else was fed before it fed itself. How many hard days it simply kept going because someone needed it to. I don't always thank it enough. Let me be a little gentler with it tonight. And every day after this one, I think too, Lord, about all the small ways I have started adjusting my life around this body without even fully noticing. The handrail I now hold on the stairs, the reading glasses that live in every room of the house now. Instead of just one, the way I plan my day around when my energy is highest, instead of just pushing through regardless. There was a time none of that crossed my mind. And now it is simply part of how I live. Quieter, more careful, a little slower. Help me not see that as loss, Lord. Help me see it as wisdom. The kind that only comes from actually living long enough to need it. And on the days my body reminds me loudly that it isn't what it used to be, help me resist comparing it to the body I had 30 years ago, That woman doesn't exist anymore, and I don't need her to. I need this body, the one I have right now today, and I want to learn to be grateful for it instead of grieving the one that came before it. And Lord, for anyone watching this who is dealing with more pain than I am tonight, more frightening test results, more sleepless nights than mine, I lift them up to you too. Let them feel seen by you tonight, the way I am asking to feel seen. And when I finish praying like that, Lord, I like to imagine you don't answer with silence. I imagine you lean in, closer than anyone else has in a while, and say something like this to me: "My daughter, I have counted every one of your gray hairs, and I have never once looked away from a single ache in this body you are so quick to apologize for. You do not have to earn softness from me by looking a certain way or moving a certain speed. I see the years in your hands, and I call them beautiful, because I watched every single one of them happen, and I was proud of you through every one. I hold on to that for a moment, Lord, longer than I probably need to, because it has been a while since anyone spoke to me quite like that. Lord, thank you for my children tonight. Wherever they are, however busy their lives have gotten without me at the center of them anymore, I remember being the center of their whole world once. The one who fixed everything, who knew all the answers, who they ran to first. It is strange, the way that shifts so slowly you almost don't notice it happening, until one day you realize you are the one waiting for the phone to ring instead of the other way around. But thank you for the years I had at the center of their world, Lord, because I got to have that, even if it wasn't forever. Bless them tonight, wherever this evening finds them, in whatever homes and jobs and worries fill their lives now. Let them feel, even faintly, that I am still thinking of them, still praying over them, even from a distance, even without a phone call to prove it. Help me let go of needing to be needed the way I once was, and find a new kind of joy in simply loving them from wherever I am now. Lord, I bring my daughter-in-law before you too tonight. It isn't always simple. Blending two women who love the same family in different ways, who grew up with different expectations, different habits, different ideas of what a home should feel like. Help me release whatever old hurt I am still holding on to there. Help me see her the way you see her, not as competition for my son's or daughter's attention, but as someone else trying her best too, in her own way. Soften whatever needs softening between us, in your timing. And my grandchildren, Lord, those faces that still light up a little when they see me, at least for now, at least while they are still young enough to want their grandmother around. Let me not take that season for granted, because I know how quickly children grow past wanting to visit as often. Give me patience with their noise, their energy, their constant questions, because I remember, achingly clearly now, how quickly a house gets quiet again after they leave. I think about the kind of grandmother I want to be remembered as, Lord, not the one who complained about the mess or the noise, but the one whose house always smelled like something good baking, whose stories they still tell their own children someday, whose hugs they still remember the feeling of even after I am gone. I don't need to be perfect for that. I just need to keep showing up, keep being patient, keep making the effort even when I am tired, even when my body would rather rest than get down on the floor to play with them one more time. And for the family gatherings that sometimes leave me feeling more like a spectator than a participant, Lord, help me find my place in them differently now. Maybe I am not the one running the conversation anymore, and that is all right. Maybe my role now is quieter, listening more than talking, offering wisdom only when it is asked for, being a steady, calm presence in a room that moves faster than I do. Help me find peace in that role, instead of grieving the louder one I used to have. And again, Lord, in the stillness after that prayer, I like to imagine you answering, "My daughter, the love you gave your children was never lost. Even in the seasons it feels one-sided now. You were their whole world once, and that season shaped them more than either of you may ever fully know. And the tenderness it costs you now, with your daughter-in-law, with the distance from your children, I see every bit of that effort. It has not gone unnoticed by me, even on days it feels unnoticed by everyone else. I breathe a little easier hearing that, Lord, the way I always do when I remember you see the parts of me nobody else seems to anymore. Lord, I will be honest with you about feeling invisible lately. It is a strange, quiet kind of pain, not dramatic, not the kind anyone would think to check on me about. Just a slow feeling of fading into the background of my own life. I go to the store and feel unseen by the cashier. I go to church and feel like the conversations happen around me more than with me sometimes. I scroll past younger faces getting so much attention, so much celebration, and wonder, quietly, if my season for being noticed has simply passed. But help me remember, Lord, that being unnoticed by people is not the same as being unseen by you. You see the woman who still shows up every day, who still makes the effort, who still tries to be kind even on days she feels forgotten. You see the ordinary faithfulness that nobody applauds, the meals cooked without an audience, the prayers said in an empty room, the quiet resilience it takes just to keep going in a season that doesn't celebrate people my age the way it once did. Help me find the people who do still see me, Lord, and let me not take them for granted. A neighbor who waves every morning, an old friend who still calls, even if it is not as often as before, someone at church who remembers my name and asks about my week and actually waits for the answer. Let me nurture those relationships instead of only mourning the ones that have faded. And let me be someone who makes others feel seen too, especially the people my age who might be feeling every bit as invisible as I sometimes do. I think, Lord, about how much this feeling of fading has to do with a world that seems to celebrate youth louder than it celebrates wisdom these days. Everywhere I look, it is younger faces, younger voices, younger stories getting the attention. I will not pretend that doesn't sting sometimes. Watching a world move on so quickly, without seeming to need me in it the way it once did. But help me remember that my worth was never really tied to how loudly the world noticed me. It was tied to you, to the quiet, faithful life I have built. One ordinary day at a time, whether anyone was watching or not. Help me also recognize, Lord, when I have made myself smaller than I need to be, when I have stopped speaking up in conversations, because I assumed no one wanted to hear from me anymore, when I have stopped sharing my own stories, because I decided they weren't interesting to anyone younger. Give me the courage to take up a little space again, to tell the story anyway, to offer the opinion anyway, to remind the people around me gently that I am still here, still thinking, still worth listening to. And once more, Lord, I imagine you answering gently, the way you always seem to know exactly what I need to hear. My daughter, you are never invisible to me, not for one single day, not in one single room you have ever walked into. I know your name the way I knew it before you were even born. I have watched every ordinary, unnoticed act of faithfulness you have ever done, and none of it, not one meal, not one prayer, not one quiet kindness, has ever gone unseen by me. The world may move quickly past you sometimes. I never have, and I never will. I want to hold on to that tonight, Lord, longer than just this prayer, all the way into tomorrow, and the day after that. Lord, my faith has changed over the years. Quieter now than it once was, less about big dramatic moments, and more about simply choosing again and again to trust that you are still good, even in a season of life that sometimes feels like fading into the background. I think about all the years I have lived, all the rooms I have walked into and out of, all the people I have loved and lost and are still loving from a distance. I didn't always notice the ordinary blessings while I was living through them. I want to notice this one, right now, this quiet, unremarkable evening where I still get to sit here and talk to you. Thank you for carrying me through every season that came before this one. The hard years I didn't think I would survive, the ordinary years I almost forgot to be grateful for, and now this quieter season where I am learning a different kind of faith, one that doesn't need applause or attention to still be real. I think too, Lord, about the women who came before me, my mother, my grandmother, women who likely felt invisible in their own seasons too, in kitchens and pews and quiet homes, much like mine. I wonder if they ever imagined someone like me would still be thinking of them, still remembering their faces, still feeling shaped by who they were. If that is true for me, then maybe it will be true for someone after me too. Someone who will remember my face fondly long after I am gone, who will feel steadier because of some small, unremarkable thing I did. Let my life still mean that much, Lord. Even in a season the world has mostly stopped watching. I think about what I actually want to be remembered for. Lord, not the size of a house or the tidiness of a garden, but the way I made people feel when they were around me. Did I make them feel welcome? Did I listen when they talked? Did I forgive easily and love generously, even when it cost me something? Those are the things I want written on whatever legacy I leave behind. Not achievements, just faithfulness, ordinary and quiet and real. Help me spend whatever years I have left building exactly that kind of legacy, one small kindness at a time. So tonight, Lord, I lay all of this down before you. This body that is asking for a little more gentleness, this family that loves me in its own imperfect way, this quiet ache of feeling overlooked, this faith that is grown softer, but no less real with time. I don't ask you to make the world notice me more. I only ask that I would never forget how deeply you already do. Give me strength for tomorrow, Lord, whatever it holds. Give me eyes to notice the people around me who might be feeling just as invisible as I sometimes do, so I can be the one who finally sees them. Give me a heart that keeps choosing kindness, keeps choosing faith, keeps choosing gratitude, even in a season that doesn't always celebrate a woman like me the way it once did. And on the days ahead when the old feeling creeps back in, when I walk into a room and feel that familiar fading, remind me of this prayer tonight. Lord, remind me that feeling overlooked by people is only ever temporary, and being seen by you is permanent, unshaken by however the world happens to treat me on any given day. Let that truth settle deeper into me each time I remember it, until one day it simply becomes part of who I am. Unbothered by rooms that move too fast for me, secure in the one who never moves too fast to notice me at all. Thank you for today. Thank you for this quiet time we have spent together tonight. Thank you for seeing me completely, even on the days I feel like nobody else does. Amen. Before I let you go, I want to sit with you a little longer. If that is all right, let's not rush the end of this one. If tonight's prayer found you somewhere real, I would love for you to share it with someone else who might be feeling just as invisible lately. A friend who has gone quiet since her husband passed. A sister who mentioned feeling forgotten the last time you spoke. Anyone at all who might need to hear tonight that they are still seen. Think for a moment about who came to mind while I was speaking. If a face appeared in your thoughts just now, that is probably worth paying attention to. Send them this video. A short message, something like, "This made me think of you. I hope it helps." Might mean more to them tonight than you had ever guessed, especially if they have been feeling as unnoticed as we sometimes do. Sometimes the kindest thing we can do, in a season that makes us feel invisible, is to make absolutely sure someone else doesn't feel that way tonight. And if evenings like this one help you feel a little more seen, I would be glad to have you back again soon. Same honesty, same quiet, same prayer, whenever you need it. Good night, dear friend, or good afternoon, or whatever this moment finds you in. Wherever you are, however unnoticed today may have felt, you were seen completely every single minute of it. You still are.